I just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Not expected at all. But look, it's not a lie. It's not a lie at all. It's actually 101 while I was prepping to record this. It's 101 now. That's insane. So before I say anything else, thank you so much for making that happen this month. I was not expecting that at all. I actually had a goal for this month because December was the first real month of trying to make something happen with the channel. My goal for this month, because I didn't know what to expect, was to hit 30. My understanding with my research and everything is that the first 100 is like really tough to do, but it's exponential after that. That's all the research I've done. Everyone seems to agree with that. That's what I found. So I said, all right, at minimum, I want 30 in a month. Maximum, like, ambitious goal is 50. And so suddenly we're here. So really cool way to end the year. Thank you so much for making that happen. And it lines up very well because today I wanted to make a kind of recap, or not a recap, but like a creator journal that I might do like once a month. I don't really see creators doing that, of like documenting their journey with content creation. Usually I see people starting to give advice and what they see when they're super big. But to me, that's not as encouraging because it's like, well, you're super big already, and like, how did you even get past the really hard part at the very beginning? How did you do all of this? So I want to try and do that like once a month, and if that's helpful to you, then cool. And if it's not, then don't watch it, and that's fine. But before you leave, if you like what I'm doing at all, maybe you could just like it and then comment down below and go, hey, this video is not for me, but I appreciate what you're doing and good work out there. I'm looking forward to the next gaming Lethal Company whatever video. Thank you. And then click the subscribe. We do that all the time. That's great. This is meant to be like, if you want to be a creator, or if you care at all about analytics, like this is the type of like journal thing for you. It's also good for me because I can reflect on what I've learned, and if I'm wrong down the road, like if I start seeing different things, I can compare to what I saw in December, and that would be super helpful so that I don't forget. So because I learned a ton of stuff this month just watching over the analytics and everything. I'm a huge analytics guy. Where is it? Where's my stuff? Right here. This is an incredible website. I'm a numbers guy. I did stocks for a little bit, and when I did, I would keep the stock market numbers of every stock I invested in up on a second monitor all day, every day until the stock market closed. I ran a podcast. When I would do that, I would keep the analytics for the episodes up on another monitor just to observe and see what's going on. I love that. So seeing this for YouTube with everything I can go into on every individual video and everything, this is an incredible website, and I love it. And so I care about analytics a lot. I like observing it. I like seeing what's happening because it's really interesting to me, especially with YouTube, where it feels like the algorithm is like monkeys just picking a random video, and they're like, this one goes up today, and that one's going to blow up, and then we'll take it down after that, and now we move on to the next one. Like, they just keep sorting through them constantly. That's what it feels like. I also want to say, like, some background for this channel. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a really long time. I've been on YouTube constantly since like 2015. And now I use it every single day. Most of the content I consume is on YouTube. I have a bunch of creators I follow that I really like, that make me laugh, that I'm subscribed to, and I love it. So I've wanted to do this for a long time. I have constantly fallen into an issue of imposter syndrome, I think, where I felt like, well, this is the content that I like. I don't want to be the same as them, so I have to find a way, if I'm going to do this, to create content that's different. And there's something that happened a couple months ago that really opened my eyes, and I was not expecting that. So a couple months ago, or maybe 1 month ago, Jerma985, who I only discovered this year, which is crazy. Jerma985 did this crazy WarioWare stream, and in it he talked about his retirement.
To do a senior stream, but I will put that on. I'll put it in the Discord. And Discord's another thing too. Is eventually I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I have to be honest, because let's be real. I gotta figure out what to do with all these community spaces that I'm not gonna be paying that much attention to a year or 2 years, 3 years from now, right? I don't know. I'm gonna delete it.
In the most like wild way possible, goes into discussing his entire retirement plan while playing this very intense physical game. There's something about it that really struck me though, because Jerma has been on the platform for a decade now, over a decade I think, and I think Ludwig has talked about this as well, who I also only discovered this year, which is crazy, is that content creation is, at some point, it is a business at some point, and then later on you realize it's a business that's destined to die because it's based around you as a person for most content. And that's not a usual business setup, and that's why you have people like Jerma who are like, this is not going to be the end-all be-all. He's moving on to doing event organization stuff with Off-Brand to help other streamers, and that's an actual business that can elevate and continue down the road and have employees, and that will live on past Jerma and the founders of that. Like, that's what they're talking about when they're talking about retirements and everything. But for me, this hit me as a realization that it's okay to be inspired, and if you like the content someone else is doing, make similar content. It'll be with your group of friends or whatever, but in the same style. Because at some point, these people may just decide to not be on the platform anymore. They may want to leave or do other stuff. That's always a possibility. And this, for me in particular, wasn't in relation to Vanoss. Vanoss Gaming is my absolute favorite creator. He's what got me onto YouTube in the first place. I happened to log in one day, found his content in like 2014, 2015, and I've watched his stuff almost every day since. Even this morning, he uploaded a new video yesterday. This morning I was watching it. I'm like halfway through it before I started editing a video coming out tomorrow. And I've always loved this kind of content, but always was like, I don't want to be a copy. And especially with this number here, 26 million subscribers, 26 million people have seen this type of content. And I don't want to be seen as a copycat, but something about that retirement announcement from Jerma really hit me that's not what, that doesn't matter. What matters is you actually doing the thing. And no matter what you're doing, even if it's the same style of editing or whatever you're doing, it's still a different game, a different group of people. It's completely unique because of that. Everyone's different. They have their group of people. I have my group of people. Not to say I'm anything like these guys, because Vanoss and his friends are like way more talented than, for content creation, are way more talented than me and my friends. But this is the style that I'm being inspired off of. And by the way, if you haven't looked at Vanoss and their channel and everything, you should go. If you like my stuff, you'll love his stuff. So do that. YouTube is the most bonkers website I've ever interacted with before, but I love looking at the analytics, and I keep up with all of the shorts that I post every day to see what's happening with them. So this was a strat that I knew immediately that I wanted to go in with, was to have main videos, which I have, like, I don't know how many this is, 12 main videos right now, and then just start pulling shorts directly out from it. And I know, like, this is the strat that, like, people know to do this, but I don't see a lot of channels actually doing this, because where I have 12 videos in here right now, I have 98 shorts. Like, I'm just going crazy. This week alone, from, I'm trying to, oh yeah, this was the first short this week from the newest video that was on December 28th. And then there's been like 12 shorts that have come out from that. This week alone, I've gotten, since like Christmas, I was at 50. I was at 52 on December 25th. And a week later, not even a week later, 6 days later, I'm at 101. Like, the shorts do work, but you got to force yourself into the system, which is the goal that I had in mind the whole time. And that is very, very proven now for me, where I'm starting to see most of the shorts I put up, like the past. So since this one here, which was on the 25th, every short after has been 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Most unfortunate scrap spawn is kind of lagging right now. But even so, oh, never mind. It hasn't updated yet. Like I'm hitting a threshold every single time now. And I can tell that I'm getting better with the editing on everything. I can tell that I'm learning because I'm talking with people. I'm looking at analytics and I'm realizing things that people around me would like to see, as well as just what am I seeing here. And so one of the things in particular that came up, people don't want to hear this, I think, because it does add more work. It adds more work for me. It's annoying to me. I don't want to have to do this, but I have to. Is that I had a bunch of shorts originally where I didn't have subtitles, and they worked just fine. If we go watch this one, this was one of the biggest ones that came up. Oh, this one actually did. I'm a liar.
Are you okay?
This one emphasized stuff. Never mind.
Don't worry. This one's actually safe. What was that?
This video is so funny to make. This is,
Corner, I think, is what it is. Oh, Colton, there's a disc.
I can't believe I couldn't get him on this. No.
Sure? Are you positive?
So this is actually a good point though to what I was saying, which was that subtitles are huge, and I'm putting them in everything now. And originally I wasn't. However, this is an outlier where I put a few subtitles in, and they were right at the beginning. And the reason I know that that's a big deal is that the analytics for this one were very odd. So there's a thing I've noticed where for some videos, or for a lot of shorts, they will pop off immediately for about an hour. And this one popped off at 2 a.m. for some reason until 4 a.m. And then you're done. And that short will never see any more views, ever. Except when it doesn't. And this is one of the few outlier ones where a few hours later, it pops off again. It gets a second burst. And this second burst is huge for some reason. Like this got a lot of traffic to the main video it actually came from. And I think that does come from the fact that we had subtitles in it. The subtitles seem to be adding a lot. So if you're doing shorts and everything, put in the subtitles. The reason this really came up, I have my friend Kiana, one of my best and closest friends. I was telling her about the channel, telling her about it, showing her some shorts, and she mentions to me, because she's on TikTok all the time, like a degenerate, she mentions to me, if a short or a TikTok does not have subtitles, I swipe away immediately. How many other people are like that? How many other people? I'm not. I'm fine without the subtitles. I have the volume up on my phone, and because I have ears, and so I'm not like that. It didn't seem like a big deal to me to have subtitles or not have subtitles. It's less work to not have the subtitles. But her saying that, I'm like, she's right. And so now every single thing has subtitles, which is also hilarious because sometimes it results in a pretty unfortunate circumstance where the thumbnail ends up being a little iffy. Yeah. So this is fun, where I know uploading shorts on desktop, the thumbnails generate automatically. So with the subtitles, it's very fun because it picks a random thing with subtitles, and then we get like growling, I'll go in, I got him, attacked him, I'm going this way. And then you get this one. I come in violence, which is just not what you think it is.
The Mafia? There he is. Hello. Oh, there's two of them. All right, we come in peace. We come in peace. Oh, they're dancing.
I come in violence.
No.
They outnumber me.
So it's I come in violence, and I didn't know if violence would be a censored word or not, so I just decided I come in violence. And I knew, making the stupid short, going, it could generate as the thumbnail, but it's like a 20-second short, it'll find something else, and then find it, and that's happening. Now, what's funny, this is now the largest ratio, like the best ratio short that I have. If I can find it. Oh, yeah. Let's go back. So 5,000 views with 286 likes. This is the most amount of likes I have on any content that I have. The previous contender was 225. I think it was called I'm Critically Injured from like 2 weeks ago. And this is another one that had the second boost thing. I don't know how. I don't know why the boosts happen or not. Maybe it just means it's good content. I don't know. But it happened here and it brought in 8 people. I don't really understand how the boosts take effect, but this is what happens. I like to think that the thumbnail impacted it, but it's from the shorts feed. People are just swiping and then it comes up. So, I don't know. But that said, there's a huge thing I've already started learning about censorship on the platform. And personally for me, I really don't care about the censorship. YouTube's a private business. They can do whatever they want. And we, the creators, have to follow their rules. So we have to figure that out. And it's been really helpful with the shorts. The more shorts I put out, the more I can find things that they censor or suppress. And a lot of it's simple, that makes sense. Of cuss words, anything about violence, they don't want to see that. The ones there were 2 that caught me off guard. And both had different effects when I noticed them. So if I can find... Okay, so this one here, and you can tell it got suppressed. It has 5 views, and this was posted on the 22nd of this month. 3 likes, 2 of them are me. But 5 views, and there's a few videos like that. You're bleeding a little bit. I'm pretty sure bleeding, they don't like that. That one only got 92 views. On average, every one of my shorts gets a few hundred, and they seem to really be averaging around 1,000 usually. But you can tell when they get suppressed like this. And I Dance in Your Honor is one. Why? Because I originally named it I Twerk in Your Honor. And it's just what's said here.
Get to the... If we can jump over, we can get out.
We're debating Brandon.
Look, I don't trust. If he's gonna make it out, he'll make it out. God damn it! Every time, dude. Every
Here it is.
time. He's twerking on me.
I Twerk in Your Honor. There it is. It's just a good, funny moment, and it got suppressed because it was I Twerk in Your Honor. But I didn't notice that until like 3 or 4 days after the fact, and then I changed it to I Dance in Your Honor, and nothing happened. Now, here's the difference, though, is that on a Phasmophobia one, which Phasmophobia did really good. I'm glad people liked that game. This video here, they added this to Phasmophobia. This one did really good.
It's fairly,
What are you doing in this house?
It's
fairly warm.
Don't worry. I'm friends with the residents.
Sir, can I see some form of identification?
Look, I left my wallet inside.
This took a lot more work to do because of the freaking subtitles and how many people talking.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to place your
I
hands
got
behind
you,
your
you
back.
son of a bitch. This guy's been standing outside my window.
No.
I'm just
No,
trying to
it's
conduct
him.
a ghost
It's
hunt in
him.
my
Wait,
residence.
no, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's him.
Alright,
Get him.
let's go. God damn it.
I'm getting in my van and I'm leaving.
Everyone's scattered.
Hey,
I love
you,
my
sir.
friends.
It's-
I
What are you doing?
love my friends. Now, the reason this one is interesting is that they added this to Phasmophobia is not the original title. The original title was they added cops to Phasmophobia, and it did the same thing as I Twerk in Your Honor. 3 views on it. And now what happened, because I have a good group of friends who love and support me and actually like the content I'm making, Reese tells me he's watching my stuff and he hits me up and is like, David, that's a funny video. That's a funny video. That's weird that there's no views on it. And I'm like, I don't know. what to do. I did everything right. And he's like, you might need to get rid of the word cops, because that's like in America, that's kind of a controversial word that usually is a word associated with political conversation and sometimes violence. That stuff happens. Maybe change it. And he noticed that like the first day it happened, or like one day after I posted it, and we changed it to they added this to Phasmophobia, and it took off. It took off and we got 2,000. Okay, so it was within the first day. It was within the day it was posted. It was that evening. It was that evening that we changed it. And then it went up, and it was weird. It was not, usually it's just a straight boost for an hour. This one was over a few hours. It went up in Europe, or on the other side of the globe, for about 6 hours. It just kept going up. So, I would have never thought that word is bad. But like it makes sense, because sometimes it's associated with controversial stuff. Clearly they're suppressing it. We got to see that. I have an Excel sheet now that shows what I'm finding to be suppressed words. So I won't be using that word again. I did feel bad, though, for this guy who commented saying, what did they add? Cops. Maja Malone, I'm sorry that I did trick you into the video with that, but it was a test. So thank you. So the censorship, it's really surprising to see the censorship already coming up for my content, but hey, that's how it works now. So you gotta push through it. Okay, this is a huge thing that I want to go into real quick. Okay, all right. So this guy here suddenly started coming up on my feed about a month ago. Something happened for this guy where he started getting a huge boom in views, in subscribers and everything because of his shorts. This guy posts shorts all the freaking time. His name Pirate Software, great guy. I'll even support him because he shows up all the time. I actually watch his stuff. I should have been subscribed already. I support subscribing to people. But this short in particular, I've kept in mind because it's very weird to me. Let's listen.
Secret for YouTube Shorts. It's one of the strangest things you'll ever see. There's a little checkbox, and that checkbox says, if you want to notify your subs of the upload. And you know what you do? You uncheck that box. Why would...
Yes. Yes. I've started doing that. This past week, I've started unchecking that box for shorts. Because what he goes into, that it made sense to me, is that YouTube's algorithm, if you click that, they are going to send the short to your subs, and if they don't interact with it, then YouTube is going to go like, this is garbage. The people who support your channel don't want to watch it, so we're not going to do anything with it, dummy. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So I started testing that this week, and sure enough, like we saw earlier, every short that I've posted this week, 1,000 views. And now, I'm not at 400K likes like this guy with 4,300 comments and probably 2 million views or 10 million views, whatever, on the short. That's not where I'm at. But for my situation with 100 subs, that's really good average of 1,000 views per short, where beforehand it was like a few hundred. This makes a difference. This does make a difference. So I've been doing that for all shorts that I don't notify people. I have to go to the very bottom. I don't notify people. You don't need to. Maybe down the road at some point you do. I don't know. But that is something this month I started doing, and it helped. We can see that by the chart. We can see that by the chart. When did I start doing it? Around last week. And then over 1 week, 50 more subs. It works. It works. Let's talk about thumbnails real quick. This is probably going to be the thing in my channel that I'm constantly going to have to deal with, is trying to figure out thumbnails. Let's get rid of all of these. Because they're weird. Thumbnails are weird. It doesn't really make sense what hits or misses. And you can see I don't have that many. But it's really this video here, Lethal Company moments that made the company consider giving us Christmas bonuses. That really started to make things feel like things are going well. It got 200 views on a main channel video. That's awesome. But what is this thumbnail? What is this thumbnail? It's nothing. But if we go back, let's go back. Okay, yeah. So it got boosted. This was my first time ever seeing a main video get a boost, similar to what I see with the shorts, where you can see it's getting promoted a ton over a few hours. This was the first one that I saw that happen with, because the shorts were taking off, it impacted the video, and it got a bunch of views off of it, which was awesome. But if we go over into here, the click-through rate is not good at all. It's really just not. 8,800 people had the video pop up on their phone or on their computer. 2% clicked it. And I know that the average, like, when I see other people's analytics, it is like a 3 to 4% range for the majority of people. I don't know how it is for people like Mr. Beast and all that, where he gets 1 billion views. I don't know. But typically it's not huge, the amount of people clicking on it, but 2%, to my understanding, is actually not that great. It's not a great situation for that. Whereas there was one video that did a lot better. This one. Yeah. So this was the first Phasmophobia one. The Phasmophobia Christmas update is impossible. I put that out, and this one got a lot better. It did not get boosted like the Lethal Company one did. It did not have a huge soar of people that got impressions and everything. It did not hit 200 views. However, that one got 8,800 impressions. This one got 2,200 impressions. And it's at 116 views with a 3.6% click-through rate. That's way better. This video is it's a good success. Great success. Why? Why is that? I think it's just a little more clear of what's going on, of what the video is, right? Because you have people who are making, who are on their phones doing this stuff. So what I've noticed, first off, is that you absolutely, for gaming stuff, you absolutely have to put the title of whatever it is you're playing. So we got Lethal Company here. Phasmophobia is emblazed on the top here. Guess what? I forgot to do that for the played up video, and it was like 2 days after the fact, and I'm like, well, it's kind of too late at this point. 43 views. That happens. So for this, we add the title in. I think Phasmophobia is just a popular game as well, so people like it. But why did they click on this one compared to this one? Both of them have the title in it. Well, if you can tell here, something is actually highlighted. It's popping out. And it's that little stupid snowman in the middle. Has a red outline. I finally gave in and was like, I see this on thumbnails all the time. We're going to try it. And I did. And that got me a better click-through rate. That is good. I don't think a lot of people, when they're starting out with content creation, are thinking about that, because the goal is get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize, and then now we focus on bringing in more people. I don't think that's necessarily a smart thing to do. I think you can focus on this stuff all at once, so that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to make the thumbnails better. I know that the main videos are not going to do that great for a while. They're going to hit 100 is the goal on every one for me right now. That is like, if it hits that, I'm like, that was a perfect video. That would be amazing. And we'll see if Try Hard Moments gets there. I don't know if it will. I tried the same thing here with the outline around it. Let me look at the click-through rate on that, actually. Ooh, spoiler alert for video tomorrow. See, we're seeing that it's still increasing right now because there are shorts that are specifically relating the video to this one. Wow! Oh, that's interesting. I haven't looked at the analytics on this one yet. So you can tell it's not being thrown out there yet. I don't know when it will, if it will. This one only has 300 impressions. 300 impressions. And from that, there are 65 views with 8% click-through rate. That's good. That's good. 300 people saw it. 8% of them went, yeah, I'll try it. That's really good. So I really do think there is something to just have the title of the game in it. Outline something. Outline anything in it, and it'll pop out. And now to end this, I wanted to look at the video that got the most views, the short that got the most views, versus the one that had just like the worst ratio. Okay. Alright. So, I'm critically injured. This short got the most views for me on the entire channel so far. It's one of the videos that actually had that double boost that we were talking about. It was the first time I saw that. I actually was home looking at the analytics as it started happening. It was very interesting. And yet, this video is kind of bizarre to me that this one took off. 5,500 views, 226 likes.
Something's here.
Good sound.
It's gotta be the thumb, right? Yep, Brent.
We have music in it, which people like music.
It ran past me.
We don't even see the monster. No subtitles. See the monster briefly. It's just me running. I closed the door. And that
I'm critically injured.
it's so funny. But what's crazy about this video is that 5,500 views. Okay, what's crazy about I'm critically injured is that that's a 26-second video, and the punchline is at the very end of it. The very end is when the funny happens, and I subtitle it and everything. But 84%, the average percentage viewed is 84% of the video. The majority of people who watched this video did not get to the punchline, which makes me believe every single one of these likes are the people who actually watched the whole thing and got to the very end. So I don't know how, again, this is why I go back to, there's a factory of monkeys that are picking random videos and then they throw them up and they're like, this is the good one, we're going to boost this right now. Everyone, the majority of people who watch this just watched me get chased and then there's a hype music behind it. That's it. I don't know. And then, one of the favorite things that I've had to happen. There's nothing to learn from this one. It's one of the first shorts that I put out. It's Critical Risk of Rain 2 lore. I was originally putting out, I was using Twitch's editor for creating shorts, and then it would upload, and I was trying that from live streams. I was live streaming. I'm not doing that anymore because that's if I build a community and people want that, then we'll live stream, but not when I'm streaming to 0 people. It's just not fun. But I put this out, and this one in the analytics comparatively got blasted with dislikes. It's like 200 people viewed this, but it's like 10 dislikes on it, and I think it's so funny. I don't know if people know what this game is, but you don't need to know for us.
I was reading some lore from a logbook, and apparently how this works is the grandfather. Okay.
Please, you got this. You got this. Anything you say right now.
Explain Warhammer lore.
So the grandfather. Okay. I don't know.
Would you
It's just us messing around, and Colton is having a stroke trying to explain this thing to us. Everyone in this call thinks it's hilarious. We all love this video, and yet the rest of the world, the rest of the people who did, they got really offended about him trying to do the Risk of Rain 2 lore. I don't know, but that one got, for the ratios, the worst amount of dislikes, and I just think that's funny. So, yeah. I went like way longer than I thought I was going to for this, but I want to do like recap stuff like this because I think this is important. I think this is important to understand the journey and to document stuff. So, if you like it, leave a like and subscribe and comment down below what I said earlier. Also, Happy New Year. That'd be great. I hope you have a great New Year, and I hope the beginning of 2024 is really good for you. Okay. All right. Bye bye.